Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Anna Grace. Welcome to sharing this crystalline moment, this crystalline update. Today, I wanted to share a little bit about the energies that we're going through right now, and also talk about self-confidence, because from what I've observed from and read from your letters, your emails to me that I've been receiving abundantly in the past few days. Thank you so much. You've been talking about self-confidence and sharing your need of getting some support in finding out how can I build more self-confidence. And I want to talk about that. And I want to share some of your some of the dreams that you have also that you feel stuck with. So let's talk about self-confidence, but let's get started with the Mercury retrograde energy. So currently, Mercury is going retrograde this week, and that means that communication is a little bit off. So when Mercury goes retrograde, it appears from the Earth perspective that the planet is moving backwards. It's actually not moving backwards. It creates that illusion. And as a planet of communication, the communication support that Mercury usually gives us here on Earth is not there anymore. So we're kind of on our own with the communication, and it creates a little bit of a chaos. And also, as it pulls it away, the communication energy away from us, it also forces us to stop and look at our life and stop and really observe what we're leaving behind and where we're going in the future. Because we, as goddess creatrixes, we want to be moving forward, constantly be moving forward and creating, right? It feels exciting to be moving forward and experiencing life to the fullest. But Mercury puts an end to that, stop to that sometimes. 4 times a year. It tells us, no, don't go forward. This is the time to look back and to pause and reflect and to reassess, reevaluate, and really to rethink what you want to do in life. So it actually gives us a lot of insight, valuable insight, but our communication may be challenged. You may be hearing back from people that you haven't talked to in a while, or you may want to reach out to somebody. You may be seeing a project that you haven't finished in the past, and this is the time for you to finish it. So those are the gifts that Mercury is bringing to us. But I want to talk about the self-confidence aspect, because when we're reflecting, we may notice that what we've been doing before is just not bringing the results that we want to achieve or to experience today. So I know that you have a lot on the inside, in your heart, in your soul. You have dreams that you want to see fulfilled in this world, but something's stopping you, something's holding you back. So Mercury retrograde is actually a beautiful time to reflect on that and to get clarity on what is holding you back, what has been holding you back. So I want to share a little bit of my story of self-confidence, building self-confidence. I'm getting really vulnerable here. So when I was in high school, we had a series of presentations that we needed to do in front of the class. And although I had always felt like I wanted to be speaking in front of people, I wanted to do that. When I went in front of the class, I started doing my speech. I was so afraid that somebody would notice how scared I was. My heart was beating really, really fast. And it was paralyzing. And not only did everybody see that I was nervous, they could hear it because the paper was making this sound. So I started feeling like I'm going to faint, I'm going to die right there in the classroom. And I also made a decision that I'm never going to be speaking in front of people. And that felt really sad. It felt really, really sad because I had had a dream. I didn't know why. I didn't understand it at that time. Why would I have this feeling of wanting to be in front of people when I was so scared of it? So that part was a mystery to me at that time. But I felt sad because I was like, I guess I have to let that dream go, because I decided I'm never going to be in front of people again. Never. So for years, I wasn't, until I went back to school, university, started studying psychology as a major. And what happened? We needed to start making presentations in front of class again. And at this point, I was like, I'm not going to go through that again. I'm actually going to do it this time. I'm going to put myself out there again, and hopefully I'm not going to faint and die. So I didn't. I started putting myself in front of people, in front of the classroom, and one presentation at a time, I started gaining confidence and actually noticing that I'm enjoying it. But the greatest gift of this experience of overcoming the fear of public speaking was that the message started emerging in me. The message of why I always felt like I needed to do that. It started opening, it started awakening in me my life purpose, that I have a message that I want to share with people, that I want to share what's in my heart. And so that led me to my light work eventually. There were other things there too, but this was the part of the puzzle that I needed to get over. I needed to get over the hump. And that was very, very scary. But if I had not decided to go for it, I wouldn't be here today. Because last week I was in Finland and speaking on stage in front of hundreds of people. It was close to 1,000 people room, and I enjoyed it. I loved it, and I've done that many times over the years. I speak in front of people, and I love doing that. But I could never have done it had I decided it's not for me. I can't do this. I wanted to do this, but I'm just not good enough. It's just not right for me. If I've given up. So I know that you also have some kind of a dream there inside of you, something that you feel that maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe it's too scary, or maybe what if I fail? And I've received a lot of emails from a lot of you over the past couple of weeks, and you're sharing that, oh no, if only I had more self-confidence, I would have left that relationship that's holding me back, that making me miserable. I would be setting myself free. Or if I had more self-confidence, I would have already started my dream business. But I'm too scared. What if I fail? It's not going to work out. What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm a fraud? If I would have had self-confidence, I would have gone after that big love that I have, but I'm too scared. I don't have the confidence. There's so many dreams in this world unfulfilled because of a misconception about what self-confidence is. And self-confidence is actually something that you create. It is not something that is luxury item that some people can afford and some people can't afford. That some people have and some people don't have the self-confidence. Self-confidence is not something you're just born with, or you're just not born with it, or that's coded in your DNA, or if it's not there, then too bad. You don't have the self-confidence to go for your dreams. That's an illusion. Self-confidence is something you create. And everyone, you can create self-confidence. A lot of people think that self-confidence comes from something you've done in the past, and then when you do this again, you're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel confident to doing that again. Let's say, for example, riding a bike. You don't have any lack of self-confidence hopping on that bike right now, do you? If you learned it when you were a kid. But so you have confidence. You don't need to even think about it, or driving that car. But when you were a kid, you learned to ride the bike. And you probably fell a few times. And it was probably a little scary. I remember it was a little scary. I probably fell many times. But I learned. But if we would, as adults, we would have to learn to ride bike, all of us as adults. A lot of people would be like, I'm not sure if I want to do that. It's too uncomfortable falling down. I might get hurt. Is it worth it? I don't know, even if you really want it, because there's this beautiful bike ride by the beach that you would like to do every day, or whatever. This is not about riding a bike. The point is that when we're young, when we're children, we're always young. When we're children, we create our confidence more easily. And when we grow older, as become adults, we start putting limitations on what is possible for us. What is possible, what's not possible, what's too hard and what's not too hard. We do that all the time. And that's why our brains are even programmed to avoid pain, to avoid discomfort more than going after your dreams. Our dreams are beautiful and so wonderful when they're here. And when you live your dreams, you know that they're worth everything. But when you're not there, your brain is going to tell you it's not worth it. Don't just don't do it. It's too much trouble. You don't have the confidence, you don't have the money, you don't have this and that. We create all these limitations so that it's hard to get there. But when we do that, when we commit to our dreams, then we start building self-confidence, because we will start taking action one step at a time. We don't have to do it all. We don't have to be perfect the first time for this first moment. We can take one step and our self-confidence builds, and another. And when you take one step, the universe gives you a mile. Just one step and the universe will come and show you and help you move forward. You're not doing this alone. And a lot of times what makes what that fear over getting to the other side where the dreams are is a fear of some kind of emotion, like emotion of fear of failure. We're afraid of failing, or we're afraid of getting hurt, or we're afraid of being embarrassed or being judged for what we do, or being laughed at, or whatever it is. Like, you have your dream, you know what your fear is. There is this feeling, and we're trying to avoid it as much as possible. No, because I'm afraid of being judged. I'm not going to go speak on public, no matter what kind of dream life it can open up. But because there's that fear of failure or fear of judgment, I won't do it. That was my original thought as a high schooler, but luckily I got past that. Think about where you are getting stuck. Emotions are just emotions. Nobody can, I thought I would die of shame or fear or whatever when I was doing that my first presentation. But I didn't. You can't really die of those emotions. You can't really be hurt. Emotions don't really hurt you. It's what you do with the emotions that can hurt you, or the meaning you giving to those emotions that can hurt you. But the emotions, it's safe to have those emotions. And I feel very strongly about having the courage to face challenging emotions. And usually we don't even need to experience those fears. They're all in our mind. The fear that you have to get to the other side. You want your dream job, but well, what if I fail? Well, what if you don't fail? Well, whatever you do, what if you don't have to go through that negative thing? But we need to be willing to take the risk of failing. And failing is actually a good thing. It's a part of the success, but that's another story. Fear of failure keeps people stuck, and failure is a relevant part of succeeding. Everybody who's ever succeeded has failed multiple times, let me tell you. Success is not a straight path up and you just go up and no problems. No, that's not happening. So we need to understand that achieving our dreams can be a little messy at times, but when we do it, when we take action, we will see results and we will succeed, and you will achieve eventually your dreams. It is what it is. So what if you didn't fear failure today? What if you decided today, right now, that even if you're afraid, if your dream feels good in your heart, what if you would commit to your dreams 100%? 100%. There is a great chance that you will succeed if you will commit 100% and do whatever it takes to achieve it. Your fears, most likely, yes, you may have to go through some negative emotions. Change is always kind of a little tricky, but it won't be as bad as you think. It won't be. I can nearly guarantee it. 99.99999% of the time, it's not. Like, I cannot speak for everyone, but it's very rare. It will, basically, I can say it will not happen. Your worst fears will never, ever happen. The odds are against it. You are safe. You are protected. And your dreams are waiting for you. Just have that confidence. Take that first step and go for it. Okay, so thank you very much for spending some time with me. I also wanted to do a very quick card reading here. So I have 3 cards here that I pulled for this month. And they are related to everything we've been talking about. So, and it is Mercury retrograde. So these cards are clearly reflecting the Mercury retrograde energy. So, soul family. So this is a message for you for now, to help you connect with those people that maybe are coming into your life from the past, or maybe you haven't called somebody in a while, this is a time for us to start connecting with people that we feel called to connect with. So Mercury retrograde is a perfect time to reconnect, and reconnect with your soul family also. Maybe it's people that you already know, or maybe it's about going into a new goddess community and getting to know new people. For example, I have a free goddess community at Facebook. It's Crystalline Goddess. It's a facebook.com/group/Crystalline Goddess. That's a goddess community. But you may have your own community, and maybe you haven't spent time with them in a while. Maybe it's time to strengthen that energy, or talk to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. So reconnection is important at this time. And another card that I pulled here on this beautiful deck is to share your voice. So have the confidence, even if you're afraid, to speak your truth. Just say it. Share your voice. Don't be afraid of persecution and a lot of times, like for example, for me, that fear of public speaking, it most likely stems from a past life where I've been persecuted, executed as a witch, because we have these past lives that are still affecting, and I'm a past life regressionist, and I teach past life regression to my students also. So we often find out that a lot of things that are hindering our self-confidence comes from past lives that but we can get past those by taking action, taking small steps, because when you take that small step and you share your truth, you open up a vortex, and the universe comes in, and the universe is always waiting for you to take the first step, and then it will show you the way. So whether this is about a relationship, or maybe this is about actually sharing your voice as a light worker, whatever this means to you, you're sharing your wisdom with the world. The world needs it. And when you do that, beautiful energy emerges, and you're going to feel so much better, and it's going to affect all of your life, because the third card is also asking us not to dim our light. So don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So this is not a time to play small. I want you to shine your light and be all that you are. And despite, even if you think you don't have the confidence, know that you are the creator of your own self-confidence. Just go for it. And know that if your brain is saying, don't go for the dream, just stay stuck, that's a programming. That's not you. That's a programming. And that program can be changed so that you can be all that you are. You can truly shine your light and be that unique, beautiful being of brilliant voice and love and light in this world. This world needs you. This world needs your energy, your light, your love, your message. So thank you so much for being here. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful week. Blessings. Bye-bye.